Hey, hey! Ha! Hey, hey! Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? It's John. You're watching the Super Awesome Geek Show, and today we're going over the loot. Yes, we're going to check out the loot from JoeFest 2024. And first up, let's start out with these Yoda items. Pretty cool. I saw this and had to get it. It's got some figures inside that can move around, so Luke can fight Vader in the cave. We got a spot for the X-Wing to go over here. Crashed in the mud. And then there's like other features in the back there, which I don't know what they do. It came with a bunch of extra little parts. We got a little AT-AT here all tied up from the Hoth playset. We've got a Tauntaun and a Han Solo from the Hoth playset. And then we got Captain Panaka and someone else there. Shaking it around, I found a glowy, clear, translucent Obi-Wan. And I found a snowtrooper in there after a little bit of shaking around. G-Force surprised me with a 3D printed Yoda head bust sculpt thing. Pretty cool. So thanks, G-Force. I appreciate this a lot. I think it's really neat. Yeah, pretty cool. It's going right in the Yoda collection. And then while we were on the sales floor, G-Force surprised me again. And he gave me, he walked up to me and was like, hey. And he holds out his hand. And he's got it fisted up in there. This secret little eraser Yoda. It's vintage, 1983. So cool. He saw it at some table and was like, John has to have it. And then he gave me a Care Bears Grumpy Bear. And it's so special because G-Force signed it for me. To John, love G-Force. And I love Grumpy Bear. I don't know how he knew that I like Grumpy Bear the best, but he somehow knew that. And then Scuba, I gave Scuba a Lego thing, and in return, Scuba gave me a Jabba's torture chamber, Jabba's dungeon, I guess they call this, right? Yeah, and it's just the base, but the stickers are on it. I'll clean it all up and then find a crane for it. It's really just a crane you need, right? It's just got the one part. I should be able to find that. Andy from Holo Chronicles passed along this cool pin. And it's the Darth Vader collector case. So thank you, Andy. I appreciate this. This is really cool. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he said that they came from Greg and Gianni when they were at Echo Base Live. The sticker came with it. Wilhelm at Wilhelm Toys on YouTube gave me this JoeFest 2024 collector case that he custom made. The show gave us a free magazine, so I'll check that out at some point. Whip out toys. And some of the first things I picked up myself, well, I was walking around and saw this little guy for just a couple bucks. So I grabbed him. He was cheap because his claw is broken. But I've always wanted to get one of these back. Had these guys as a kid, and I was like, I need them. Traded some Lego stuff for a bunch of things here. I got a mask. What do you call these? Like advertising sign or something? Billboard? It's called Billboard Battle or Billboard Blast or something like that. It opens up. Boosh, we'll open it up. Boosh. And I'll show you the top here after it's open. And I think that's Dusty Hayes. I need to get a mask for him. But 2 missiles in there, and they do work. And then I got 2 Centurion things from that trade for the Lego stuff. And I got this one here, Devastator, Destructor, something like that. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's complete, or it's mostly complete. And then I got the helicopter one. These two were like the two on the top of my list for Jake Rockwell. And I have a Jake Rockwell somewhere in a box. I gotta dig them out. And then I just found another one so I can set these up. And he's on the way. He's in the mail. And they still work. Got the helicopter going. Pretty cool. Yeah, I like this a lot. And this one has the turret thing up top can move, and these rotating cannons. Doom, 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 doom. Pretty cool. Let's see, we met Dan Larson from Secret Galaxy or Toy Galaxy, depending on where you follow him. And he has his own action figure. He designed this character when he was a kid. So, pretty neat. 5 POA. Part of the Lego trade got me this Visionaries character. One of the ones I needed for my Visionary collection. And I believe this one is complete. It's pretty cool. Like the holograms. They're awesome. And then I stopped by the booth for Delta-17 because we kept seeing Ken and Steve in the bar. They were talking to Scuba. They were talking to everybody else. Jeff Barker, I think, knows these guys pretty well. And so I made sure I went over to their booth and got the comic and the I just picked one of the action figures. And we will open this guy and compare him with G.I. Joe. He is an O-ring style action figure, very much like a G.I. Joe figure. The guys say the quality is really high on these. Lots of accessories. So I will be doing a video where we open this guy up. I got one of the troopers. It is an infantry guy for the Thunder Battalion, enemy infantry. Because I figured once he's open and set up, he will look good in with the Cobra guys. So it won't look out of place in my on my G.I. Joe shelf, I guess you could say. Yeah, pretty cool. I like this guy. Yeah, can't wait to open him up. That'll be cool. We'll do a video on that. We got a lot of videos to do because of this. The back of the cards, I love the back of these cards. It did a really good job showing off all the characters that they've got so far. Shepard, Leonidas, Preacher, Rooster, Kestrel, and the Delta Squad A and B. They got two Delta Squad. Thunder Battalion, Death Sparrow, the Okami, the Jaguar, and Shadow Dragon. Pretty cool. The Okami are their troops. And now they have Gray Okami and Red Okami. Recruited from various special operations units across Russia, these members of the Thunder Battalion operate under the direct command of Death Sparrow. Pretty cool. You can read the rest of that if you want to pause it. It's pretty neat. Toy features removable helmet and visor, removable belt, order, gun, and backpack. Rob and I did a thing. We went and got a giant tub. Some people were selling tubs. And we got this big old tub of G.I. Joe parts. And we started spreading them out. And there's 4 Mambas in it. A hover tank or a hovercraft. A bunch of other stuff. We split it evenly and we're going to sell off the parts and maybe build some, see if we can build some Joes out of the shelves. Let's see. These two were part of the trade for the Lego stuff. And then these two came from a $5 bin where they had a bunch of random figures. These are so the first 2 were October Guard. These guys are Street Fighter, G.I. Joe, Street Fighter M. Bison, right? And then let's see, we got uh, Guile, right? Guile came out of the $5 bin. Jinx was from the trade, the Lego trade. When I can throw figures in, I like to throw some stuff in to make the trade a little better. Got the red version of Ace there out of the $5 bin, and I don't know what he goes with. I can't find him. I can't find any information on him. I mean, he's got to go with a later Sky Striker or something, right? And then the Target that came from Jeff Barker. These two, I believe, were from Jeff Barker. No, the yellow guy there, he came from the bins. I got him from a bin and his backpack from a different bin, a bin of parts. But the brown and tan guy on the right there, he came from Jeff Barker. These two, the left guy was Jeff Barker. Roadblock was from the Lego trade. No, I think the guy with the red hair was from the $5 bin. Yeah. And the Roadblock was from the Lego trade. These two were in the $5 bin. I got the vehicles, so I was like, I need the drivers. The driver, the red guy, the guy with the red visor is the driver for one of the vehicles I have. Got these two out of the bins. Could always use more Cobra Commanders. I just like them. And I think this one actually might be in better shape than any of the ones I have. And then the Nemesis Enforcer Cobra Law guy. I just wanted to have another one because I think they're going to be good to have. Zartan, I think, was out of like a $1 bin. And then Zorana with the earrings. Now, if you look close, you'll see she has the earrings. Now, I sold mine many, many years ago and regretted it. And I saw this for cheap, so I grabbed them. These two are from Jeff Barker. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff had a few figures to sell or trade, so I worked out a deal with Jeff here. Great figures that I've never owned, so they're cool to have in the collection. And then got these two from Jeff. The Tiger Force Frostbite did not have a gun, but I had one here at home, so I just put the gun with him. So now he has a gun. And that's Grunt with the missile launcher. And then Jeff had these two. I always want more Stratavipers and Iron Grenadiers. Now I think this makes 2 Iron Grenadiers and probably like 6 or 7 Stratavipers. I've got a lot now. Might be pretty good with my Stratoviper army at this point, but it was cool to grab another one. And then I picked up this from one of the booths, the SMS missile system. And it's missing just like a little stand to put the control unit on. I think that's the only thing it's missing. But this was really inexpensive. It was so cheap. I couldn't believe the price they put on this. And from the same booth, I got this, the Maggot. And I do have a Worm driver. The driver is called Worm. And this is the Maggot vehicle. And I do have the driver already in my collection. So that was good. I just needed the vehicle. But it is missing its radar dish antenna that goes up on that little yellow gun where that peg is. You can see the yellow hole with the black. Yeah. And that part is crazy, I guess, to find. Intact and not broken. So mine might live forever without it. Cool thing about G.I. Joe vehicles like this Worm, like this Maggot, it splits into 3 different things. Pretty cool. Part of the trade for the Lego stuff in the beginning that I did there, I got this Fire Bat. And then Scuba informed me that the Fire Bat's missing just about every single piece that it could be missing. So I gotta, you know, I gotta get like 4 more missiles, some guns for the front, and some wheels. So I will be on a long hunt to make this complete. I don't know if it ever will be. Then I got the Mamba here. This was pretty cool. It's really, really dirty and really, like, yeah, it needs a lot of work. But someone in the trade area, it basically fell out of the sky. It was handed to me. Um, I think I think what happened is that someone was giving it away and it passed between a couple of hands, and before it ended up in mine, it was like going over people's heads. And then he was like, "You need that?" And I said, "Yes." And he says, "It's yours." And it came with a figure, but the figure's O-ring is broken, so I will have to repair it. I got to do a lot of cleaning on this. It might need new canopies. I think those look pretty scratched up, but I don't know. And yeah, but it was funny because we had just bought these because they're in the bin. So yeah, I mean, heck, maybe even one of those bodies in the bin would be better. So I don't know. We'll make it into. We'll do a video and make it into a good one. And then I got my goal this year was to get a hovercraft, and here it is, the hovercraft. This really was my goal for this year, was to get the killer whale. I've always wanted one of these, never ever owned one. Wanted it as a kid, wanted it as an adult. Always thought it was just a little too expensive, but managed to talk the guy down about $50 off his asking price. And it is complete. So we'll do a video where we build this thing together, because all the parts are in that Ziploc bag you see back there. So we'll do a video where we build this thing together. Part of the bundle with the SMS system, the worm, I think that little robot was in it, and the yeah, I always part of all that was this. I threw in this instruction sheet for the bridge layer, basically because I wanted to knock them down like $10-$20 total. So I kind of threw this in just to be like, I think he only had a couple dollars on it, but I threw it on in there just to be like, okay, I'm getting this for free with this pile, even after I knock down. I don't know. It's a weird way of doing logic, but when they total everything up, that you go, how about this price? They kind of go, well, you can just have that in with it. Yeah, why don't we just throw that in? I got this Thunderbolt A10 box for free in the trade area after hours. The guy had a couple of boxes lying around that he didn't want, and he just left. And I asked around, and no one knew. No one. Everybody was like, "I guess you could just take those boxes." He left, so I took that one, and someone else took one of the other ones, and I think there was like 2 or 3 boxes. We all kind of split it up, but that's the one I took. And here is from Bob Ricken to John, the Red Wolf, pilot of the Roboskull, signed print. I got a nice picture from the guys at Go Figure and their group, and Sergeant Slaughter autographed one of the animated pictures. It's a cool print of a drawing from one of the guys in the Go Figure group. And then Sergeant Slaughter signed this for me. I had intended on getting the drawing signed, but he grabbed the animated picture and had already started writing Yo Joe to John. And I didn't want to pay for 2 autographs, so I just went, okay, well, it's fine. And then I just kept the drawing picture. So I got 2 pictures and 1 signature from him. But the picture came from the Go Figure guys, yeah. This is Robert Atkins. This is G.I. Joe #1. I think it's IDW, right? It's a Virgin cover. That's why there's no writing on it. So if I can get everybody like Chuck Dixon, everybody meet them all, we'll eventually have them sign that. And then he did the cover art for this one, so I got Robert Atkins, asked him to sign this one because he did the cover art on it. So he was nice enough to sign that for us. IDW, Snake Eyes, Dixon, and Atkins. So I got to meet Dixon somewhere to get the same, to get the doubled up on some of these. Let's see, Brian Shearer. I just picked a couple that I liked the cover of. I actually didn't own any of the covers that he did, but he did the interior artwork on these, so I asked him to sign. I think he did the alternate or variant covers on some of the IDW G.I. Joe comics, and I just either couldn't find them or didn't have them. I probably just don't own them, because I think I got one. Whenever I bought these, I'd pick the cover I liked the best and then just put it in the. I don't need 10 of each issue. Just need one of each issue. And then surprisingly, I couldn't find my Lady Snake Eyes somewhere in a box. Some things are just in random orders. I bought a big pile of comics for $4 each. He had them marked at $5 each, but because I got a big enough stack, he knocked $1 off each comic in the end. Weird War Tales. So that was G.I. Joe number 3. Weird War Tales for this mammoth attacks. I love these monster things. The War That Time Forgot. Weird War Tales. The scuba diver being attacked by a giant monster thing. T-Rexes attacking tanks and what have you. I love these Weird War Tales, especially the ones where they're fighting monsters like this. Joe Kubert did the art too in these, which is also another reason to have these comics, because brilliant artist, wonderful, wonderful artist. Creature Commandos invade the war that time forgot. And look at this one, man. Weird War Tales with a giant octopus and giant apes. The apes are wearing uniforms for some reason, sailor uniforms, and they're attacking a ship. There's a monster in the back and things flying down. It's just travel beyond the edge of reality. This is crazy, right? Yeah, I just love these War Tales. This one's clearly based on Godzilla. But it's Rotira. Yeah, the dinosaur weapon, the death of Charlie Gollum. Special issue, monsters fight mankind's wars. Look at that. And we got this one where the guy's plane is going down. He parachutes out. It looks like he's rescued by some princess on a dragon. That's kind of neat. I love Marvel's things where monsters dwell, where monsters roam. All these kind of things. Just giant monster comics. I love them. DC and Marvel both did a bunch of giant monster comics, and I just love getting all of them. Yeah, where creatures roam. Van Doom. He who made a monster. Number 4. Oh, here's a G.I. Joe number 5, right? Pretty cool. Yeah, these early G.I. Joes for like $4. I was like, yeah. I mean, originally he had them at $5. I would have paid $5, but I got him to take $1 off because I got this giant stack. Where monsters dwell. I created the monster in my cellar. Oh, it's trapped in Nightmare Valley. So yeah, anytime I see those early G.I. Joe comics for such a good price, I had to grab them. Creatures on the Loose. Look at that guy. The Fury of Fra. Fra. Yeah, so there's all the comics I picked up. And then the highlight of the trip was this, Terron the Beast from G.I. Joe, Super Joe. And we'll have to get some batteries and do a special video to see if this thing works. The guy said the last time he put batteries in, it did operate, but he didn't have the clicker thing, so it doesn't, you can't control it in any way. It might just move forward. I don't know what it's going to do. But the battery case is there, the battery cover's there, but it looked in great shape. So this is going to be cool to have some fun with. Yeah, I saw this and I just had to have it. I was like, how much? All right, here you go. I'll see you later. Everybody at the show was asking where I got it. So I put a new rubber band in that guy that was broken apart we saw earlier from the Mamba, and he's perfectly fine now. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at these figures with me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya. Stay awesome out there, everybody.